Okay, good morning. Back on the farm and part 2 of the footings and training video here at the farm. But before we start, if you haven't hit subscribe and rung that bell, please do so. And every Sunday morning at 8:30, our video release. So I did say in the last video that if there was any problems, it's here that we wanted them while we were doing the training exercise with Reece. And it's a good job we did, because everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong so far here today. So Thursday last week we got everything marked out. Friday stroke Saturday everything was dug off ready for Monday pour, and last night we were expecting maybe 1 or 2 mil of rain. We've come down to the site this morning. We were down here about 5:30, and a good job we were, because I think we've had about 500 mil overnight. Every one of the footings was over half full of water, so everything site-wise is clearly just still draining through the stone, in the clay, and obviously each one has then found its pockets. There is a couple of land drains which haven't helped either. So everything this morning is full of water. Some of the sides is caved in, so we've got to get in there with a shovel, scrape all them out, and at the same time one of the, in fact I'm not going to say who it was, but one of the drivers that was here today has walloped one of our profiles and knocked it all out, which has meant that we've then got to mark everything out from scratch again. I've had a little tantrum, I'm over it now, but everything is remarked out now and we are pouring concrete. So we're back on track now, but unfortunately we didn't get chance, because the plan was while we were pouring, I was probably going to drop on, leave Reece to this, and I was going to drop on doing some of them footings on that retaining wall that we spoke about in the last vid. Haven't had chance to do that because it's been all hands on deck. The concrete ring where we've got the drainage going to, and we wanted to put some concrete in the bottom of that as a bit of an overflow, that's all caved in through the amount of water that we've had overnight. So we just weren't expecting to come to this morning. But we are back on track now, which is good, because we've got to get this all wrapped up, because all the equipment that we've got here today we need for Reece's first job for one of our customers in Rugby tomorrow morning. So this job in Rugby that we're going to tomorrow is basically, it's a site, they've already dug the foundations for us, so we've got to go there, basically mark out and push the bolts. So they're ordering the concrete, they've dug the holes and provided the digger. All our job is to go and do the technical stuff of marking everything out, setting the pins, taking all the levels and bringing that information back to the office. So that's Reece's first job, where I'm officially going to leave him on his own. But like I say, here has been a good test, and if it hadn't have been for us all being around this morning, we'd have had to cancel the concrete, because it was just mayhem. So we're going to get wrapped up here now, and we'll see you in Rugby tomorrow. Okay, so we are in Rugby today. We have just finished marking out the foundations. Concrete is about half an hour off, so we're well on target. I haven't lifted a finger though, bar holding the other end, or the dummy end of the tape measure. Reece has marked everything out here. Everything has gone to plan. Everything is right. We first marked it out with a theodolite. We've done the same again as we did back at the farm. So we've done the new school, effectively, the theodolite. We've took the line down the existing building. Luckily that building is ours, so it's square. But we've done the line down the existing building, then we've marked the string lines from that. We've double checked everything then with our cross measurements from the existing building. There was 10 mil in it, but in all fairness, it's quite windy today, so again we've got a little bit of blow on the line, so I'm happy with the cross measurement within 10 mil over the space of 20, 40, 60, 80, an 80 foot long building. Dead simple as well. We've got effectively 4 6-metre bays. The first one, when we're measuring off the existing building, you've got half the depth of the steel, so we've got 3 mil, 4 mil, whatever it was, to come off that first bay measurement, and then everything else is 6 metres thereafter. We've then got, going across the gables, we've got 4 gable posts. So again, all the holes were dug before we got here. All we've got to do is mark everything out, pour the concrete, set the pins, take the levels and go back the yard. Now this building is a gable end extension, and we're coming off, luckily for us, like I said, it's one of our buildings that we've done here in the past. So if this wasn't one of our buildings, there would be a whole process of taking every element of information from their existing building so that we can detail it in the office to manufacture it. So every detail that we need finished floor levels, we need panel heights, we need cleats of all the side cladding rails, we also need every purlin detail, so it would be quite a detailed measure up if that wasn't our building. Luckily for us, we've got all the measurements of that obviously still on the CAD system. We keep all the drawings, so we can now just extend that. So the only thing I really need to tell James in the office, or Neil, is now what height our new pads are going in relation to what height the concrete floor was poured in that there building. So as long as I get my finished floor, or Reece gets his finished floor levels right, and we confirm obviously base centres, nothing has changed on site, there's no alterations to any doors, then we've got everything that we need to just go back, give this information to James, and quick as a flash, obviously they'll have that building then knocked up ready for the workshop. But what I am going to do while we're here, there is a cherry picker on site, the customer's got one of their own, so while we're here we're going to take the opportunity to go through that whole process of what information we require taking from site with Reece. He can do all that, note it down, and then when we get back to the office he can sit with James, and if there is anything there that James or Neil need in order to draw the building, Reece will know for next time when he goes to do his first set on his own without me. Anyway, enough about foundations and tutorial for Reece baby. If you like what you've seen, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and we will leave you with a beast of a... Have we got a beast of a montage? Stuff it, Clayton. A beast of a montage.